Everybody, welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So I'm here today because it is Booklist Thursday, and Booklist Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. Today, seeing that it is September 11th, and September 11th is a pretty big day in the United States as we remember what happened on September 11th of 2001 when the various places were hit with airplanes and we were under a terrorist attack. And so because of that and in remembrance of that, we thought we would share with you some book recommendations that center around the events of that day. So I have 5 books to share with you. 4 I have. The other one, I don't know what happened to it. I probably loaned it out to somebody. So 3 of these I've read, 2 of these I have not read. So we'll start with our nonfiction books that I have read. First one I want to talk about is The Day the World Came to Town. This is a book about what happened in Gander, Newfoundland during the course of the day of September 11th. So shortly after the terrorist attacks occurred in the United States, all air traffic was done. Like nothing was allowed in the air. Planes were grounded and whatnot, or sent back. So there were a number of planes that were on their way to the United States from Europe and they didn't have enough fuel to go back. And so they ended up landing in Gander, Newfoundland. And there ended up being multiple planes full of people and passengers in this small town in Canada. And as tragedy was unfolding for us in the United States, this small town came together to not only welcome the visitors, welcome the crew, welcome anybody who came off of those airplanes, both humans and animals, but did their best to make them feel comfortable, attend to their needs, all of that, all in the midst of not knowing what is even going on or if there's something else coming during that time. So they were there. I think some people were there for a handful of days before people could figure out how to get back to their house, whether it was flying out or driving out or whatnot. And during the course of that time, there were some friendships and some unbreakable bonds that have happened. And so it is a fabulous book, it helps restore your faith in humanity. It was fantastic. And it was also made into a musical called Come From Away, which is also a really great show that I've seen, and I wouldn't mind seeing it again. It was really, really great. So that's my first book rec. That's the one, if anyone's looking for a 9/11 story, that's the one I usually talk about first. And then we go kind of on the opposite side of things to digging a little deeper into the details of that day. And so this is The Only Plane in the Sky. This is an oral history of 9/11 by Garrett Graff. I've heard the audio is fantastic of this. I still need to listen to it. But this literally goes through the oral history of that day, of what is shared from the airplanes, what is shared in air traffic control, what is shared over the radio. It's got it all in here. This one's hard because it's the whole truth. It's what was there, the good, the bad, the ugly, throughout the course of the day, not just in New York, but also in Pennsylvania and in Washington, D.C. Another fantastic one. I've read this a few times, and like I said, I need to make sure I listen to the audio, but there's pictures in here. There's a whole, it's really, really, really good. But again, hard to read, but highly recommend that as well. From a fictional perspective, a few books have been coming out that deal with the events of what happened with 9/11 or the repercussions of what happened with 9/11. First one I have is The Dream Daughter by Diane Chamberlain. This follows Carly. She is a young woman widowed by the Vietnam War, receives news that her unborn baby has a heart defect, that in 1970s, there's nothing that can be done about it. But her brother-in-law is a physicist with a very mysterious past, smarter than smart can be, and tells her that perhaps there is a way to save her baby. What he suggests is something that will shatter every preconceived notion that Carly has. And she will need to take a leap of faith in order to do this. I'm not going to tell you how it connects to 9/11, but there is definitely a part in here that has to deal with 9/11. So trust me, go into it, give it a chance. It is one of my favorite Diane Tamerlane books. It's so fantastic. All right, so for the couple of books that I have not read, there definitely seems to be a number of middle grade books coming out about 9/11. I know Max has the I Survived 9/11 graphic novel. Alan Gratz has a book about it, and we also have 9/10 by Nora Baskin, September 11th story. September 11th was serene and lovely, a perfect day, but then the plane struck the World Trade Center. But that hasn't happened yet. Right now, it's a few days earlier, and 4 kids in different parts of the country are going along their lives. And it follows those 4 kids throughout the events of before and after that day. So, heard great things. It's on my list. I want to get to that one as well. And then A Fall of Marigolds by Susan Meisner. Susan Meisner's the queen of the dual timeline historical fictions. So we have September 1911, Ellis Island, New York. Clara Wood is returning to Manhattan, where the man she loved fell to his death during the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire, which was a very famous event that happened in New York. Then we have September 2011, Manhattan's Upper West Side. We have a widow, Taryn, who is trying to just kind of survive her life after losing, I believe, her husband during the events on 9/11. So we will see how these two stories connect. I think it's through some scarf or some piece of fabric, because I remember when this came out and the marketing around it, it came with like a scarf, and it has something to do with the textile piece of the story, but also references obviously what happened on 9/11. So I want to get to this one as well. So those are my 5 books for 9/11 recommendations. If you're looking for happy, go with The Day the World Came to Town. If you're looking for some serious, like, eye-opening, go with The Oral History. And if you're looking for fiction, pick up any of the ones that I mentioned. So head over to Sarah's channel, see what she has for us today. I'm sure she'll have some really great recommendations as well. Otherwise, if you have a good 9/11 story and you want to leave it below, put it down there. We love having a list like this. If not, leave an American flag emoji just to say that you're here and to say hi. Thank you all. Like and subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.